So I got my hands on Cyberpunk 2077 during promo deal a few weeks ago, and I was really excited to experience its open world gameplay. As a gamer that I am, I absolutely love having the freedom to explore and do as I please in a game. However, I often found these vast open worlds to be disappointingly empty. I had high hopes for Cyberpunk 2007 though, but with the first hour, I found myself sitting through a pre-scripted sequence that left me feeling bored and underwhelmed. As I continued playing and attempting to interact with the non-playable characters, I realized that the vast majority of them only spouted off one-liners, making the game feels kinda empty. But then an idea struck me. As a software engineer, I'm always on the lookout for ways to innovate and improve, and it didn't take me long to think about it. So, what if we could integrate ChatGPT into a game? The idea of using generative models in games is revolutionary. The possibilities are endless. We could integrate AI agents that don't sound artificial and generate content on demand in a procedural manner. Imagine having an in-game chatbot that can interact with players in real time, providing a personalized and immersive game experience. It's an idea that could change the face of gaming, and I'm excited to see where it could lead us. And I guess this is my take on it. I will try to develop this vision I had, that experience that I wanted so badly to have, and I didn't have the chance to enjoy it. I've been working on developing a basic first-person shooter gameplay using Godot. It's a relatively simple process, as Godot offers a script that allows for smooth movement in 3D. I also added an interact system, but I think I did some over-engineering. I end up making incredible customizable, allowing me as a dev to choose any input from a keyboard, mouse, or gamepad, and the script automatically selects the appropriate icon and even lets choose the theme color, whether it be a dark or a white mode. I also designed the system to be easily implementable. All I need to do is drop the interactable scene into any object and it will fire an interactive event to the parent. Additionally, I did some code cleanup and made some changes to utilize autoloading in Godot. However, I did notice a feature missing in Godot 4, which is global event emitting. It would be really helpful to have an observer pattern, so I created an object that autoloads in the scene and can be subscribed from any node. So, for example, if a node emits a certain action, basically he redirects for those who are listening for this action, and it makes my code more simple and easily to understand without having to know the specific parent and have to connect the actions and signal. I also added a simple chat box that allow players to input their questions and receive answers generated by ChatGPT. And as I was wrapping up the UI portion of the game, I stumbled upon a game that had come off nowhere.
Hi Josh, do you like me?
I don't know you.
I love you, Josh. Do you like me now?
No.
I love you.
Love is not an emotion that can be felt by a bot. Please do not try to confuse me with emotional manipulation.
Wait, it worked? I like your hat.
Thank you, but let's get back to the matter at hand.
It featured AI agents, voice recognition, and text-to-speech capabilities, all with stunning, realistic graphics. Naturally, I knew that my idea was not original, I know it, and that someone else could do it better and faster than me. For a moment, I even considered quitting the project altogether, but ultimately I found it incredibly enjoyable to work on this project, and so I decided to keep going and create my own version of a game. So I think I can create more interactive experience without the same budget. To achieve this, I plan to focus more on the game systems than its graphics. I will probably use a voxel slash low poly style. I have created an API in Python to integrate with the game. At first, I experimented with input cleanup to prevent the AI from saying something inappropriate, but I quickly realized that it's not a critical system, and I need to work on more important features first before improving it over time. After integrated with ChatGPT, I connected this integration with the game, and here are the results. Pretty amazing, right? However, the current state of the project is quite crude and basic. It's essentially ChatGPT in 3D, but I plan to improve it gradually and to make it more like an actual NPC. If you are interested in this idea and you want to see what this project could become, I invite you to support me on Coffee. I'll be posting exclusive content there, and you can keep track of my progress and even talk to me directly through Discord. So for now, that's it. I think I have a lot to work on it. I think that's it. Thanks guys for watching, and leave a like, leave a comment right there, and bye bye.